Today I wanted to talk to you about finding a mini-me. Everybody who is looking to hire candidates are looking for somebody who's just like them. Let's talk about that. Hi, Janice Wheeler here. I'm the president of the Art of Management. We're a Canadian practice management company that's been helping doctors grow their practices for over 31 years. And today's topic is how to write a good ad to find the ideal candidate for your practice. Very important topic that's come up a lot right now because of the pandemic. People have lost staff and need to replace them, and this is why we're covering it. The first point that I want to make is, what are you looking for in terms of a candidate? I have had so many people say there are no good people out there, but I think their message that they're sending out in their ad is not asking for the right kind of people, because most of our clients are finding exactly the right candidate. Sometimes it takes a little work, but they are out there. Basically, we need to go through then the different parts about an ad. The first one is, believe it or not, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a mini-me, somebody that's just like you? I think not. I think what you want is to find somebody who has characteristics and qualities that offset your sort of downsides. As a person, you know, we all have downsides. And in fact, I wrote an article that's on our website called Hiring the Almost Perfect Staff Member. And it starts off with, the day that you are a perfect boss is the day you will find a perfect staff member. There is nobody who's perfect. There are people who are really good, and that's what we're looking for. And we're looking for somebody who can offset your characteristics that are not your favorite ones and hire somebody who's got them. That way you make a really, really good team. And you want to put together a good team that's going to be working together closely and giving patients and clients the awesome care you want them to give. So the first thing then is, who do you want? You've got to decide what you're looking for. Are you looking for an older person who's very experienced but very set in their ways? I'm not saying all older people are set in their ways. I'm just saying putting those two things together often come together. Or are you looking for somebody who's young and full of energy and excitement about life and business, and you can train them, they're trainable. It depends on the type of practice you have and how big it is, and whether you've got time to train somebody or you've got somebody else on your team who can train that person. So there's many things you have to think about on that in terms of what you're looking for. Are you looking for a quiet person? Are you looking for an outgoing person? You see what I mean? There's a lot of personality traits that you want to consider for the position. Obviously on reception, they need to be super people. You need people that are outgoing, that are gonna take care of people's questions, that are gonna be interested in them, greet them warmly, have fun with them, make it a good visit just by their personality. Now, putting down a list of these characteristics or traits and putting a little box beside each characteristic that you're looking for is a really good way to do interviews, by the way, so that you can tick off boxes after you meet each person or each candidate. You can tick off the boxes and hire the one that had the most ticks. A lot of people do this. The next thing you want to consider is, what experience do they have? Are you looking for somebody who's very experienced, or somebody who's gone to school to learn the position, but they haven't actually worked for anybody yet? That's a matter for you to decide, because I can't tell you what would be the right answer on that. I mean, obviously hiring the perfect person with all the experience and being very open to changing to do things your way might be a statement of what you're looking for, but that's not always going to be entirely possible. So we're looking at all the possibilities. I made a short list of characteristics that you might put on the list. I'm going to read them to you. Terrific sounding on the phone, well-groomed and appropriately attired, good work habits with initiative and ability to work alone. Are they a problem solver? Creative in terms of office procedures, protocols, advertising, etc. Do they have a good ability to take control of people and situations? There's a few to start off with. That's your wish list. If you have some more, put them down on the list. The next thing we're going to do is talk about the ad. now that you know what you're looking for, let's advertise for it. I'm going to read to you a very good starting for an ad, and from there we'll add to it. So this is one that a lot of our clients have used to great success. So you put incredible opportunity as a heading, and then you put, we are looking for a high energy person with a perpetual smile, comma, who loves working with people, comma, is highly motivated, comma, willing to learn, comma, and can multitask. Now, if you were a candidate, put yourself in their shoes, and you were looking at a whole bunch of ads on Job Bank or on Indeed or something like that, and you're just reading the usual ones, you know, looking for an assistant with experience for our office with 5 staff, and it's Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Or you saw an ad that started off that way. Which one would you call first? Bingo, you'd call the one that sounds interesting. So that's the first part, because you want to get their attention. It's like buttons. It's like hitting on who they like to think that they are, even if they aren't. But the good candidates will see themselves reflected in that. Now you want to carry on with the other parts that you want to have, such as what experience do you require? What's the position about? Then you want to look at other factors that, you know, you're in a city, so you want to find a city person. So you want to say we're a city practice with a lot of high energy and so on. We're downtown Vancouver or downtown Toronto or whatever. That would be one thing. If you're in the countryside or in a small town, there's a lot of pluses to that. And there are people who will come from far away and apply to your ad if they hear how cool the town is, what great schools it has for raising children, all the different facilities in the area. There might be a national park nearby. I'm thinking of Manitoba, where I used to live, and I was talking to a client last week, and he was going, well, who wants to move here? And I went, God, you have Riding Mountain National Park nearby, which has lakes and trails, and it has a sway bridge, and it's a beautiful park. It's huge, and there are people who love that. There are people who love swimming, and there's lakes around that area also. And, you know, so you want to make an ad that promotes the area that people are coming to, not just the practice, what it's like internally. Yeah, we have a great team. We all get along. We are very social. Our patients are really wonderful, and we really work hard to give them the best possible care. You can say a lot of things now in the ads, and so you want to put in what your pluses are that would attract somebody to your area or to coming to your practice. Now, the good thing is you don't have to be short and sweet. You can say what you want to say on Indeed, Kijiji, Craigslist, Job Bank. A lot of people forget about Job Bank, which is a government site. I think it's jobbank.gc.ca. And that goes across Canada, as does Indeed if you post it that way. You may find people, you're in Vancouver, you may find somebody in the Maritimes who wants to move over to Vancouver, or you're in the Rocky Mountains and there's a person who's a skier or a rock climber and they've always dreamed of living in the Rockies. If you don't advertise far and wide, you're not also going to find the candidate. The cool thing, by the way, is you can actually do the interviews by Zoom nowadays, so you don't even have to fly the person over at great expense to meet with them unless you're hiring an associate. I would do the Zoom meeting first, and then before you finalize things, I would meet in person and sit down and go through the agreement that you're signing with them. If you just have that really short and sweet ad that I was talking about a minute ago, you're going to be skipped over. And the one that they're going to jump onto first is the one that sounds the most interesting. You don't have to put the salary in. You can say highly competitive salaries, or salaries plus bonuses. I want to give you a little extra part now that we've talked about the ad, just to give you a little add-on to today, because it isn't about the ad itself. I want to give you 5 seriously good hiring questions. All right, so I'm going to actually take these up one by one. There's 5 of them, but I'm going to read parts of them because I want to give you all the data. So the first one is about the candidate's production record. You're looking for somebody who's very production oriented, not I put in time today and tomorrow and the rest of the week and you should give me a paycheck at the end of the week. It's not really what you're looking for. So you want to ask questions like, in your last job, What benefits did you bring to the practice? What are you most proud of in your last positions? You're looking for actual production things that they've done that they are like really proud of. Like, I put order into the whole charting system in the computer, or I fixed up something regarding calling past patients that nobody had put in a reactivation program, so I got that going. You know, when you see that pride, wouldn't you love to hire that kind of person? I know I would. So you're not looking for clock watchers. And another thing is, if they're really proud of something, say, you know, at your last job, is there anybody who can verify that you did that? Not to question them particularly, but yes, you are. Because they can say anything they want to say in an interview, and that's the first thing you have to know about interviews. The person will say anything they think you want to hear. And the smarter they are, the more they can ace an interview, and it can be completely untrue. So you want to do reference checks afterwards, and you want to confirm that that is what they did. All right. The second one is, what did you like most? You ask the person, what did you like most about your last position, and what did you like least? Interesting. The most thing is very cool to find out, but the least is the one you're looking for. Because if they complain and bitch about their last boss and how bad things were, just know that you're not going to hire this person, because you're going to be the next one once they leave you that they're going to complain about and ruin your reputation too. Okay? Don't hire somebody who's bitching about their last job. The third one is, what will they be exchanging with you for their salary? So it depends on what position you're hiring for, but you don't want to say, well, I'm going to be here for 35 hours a week, and so I should be paid for that. This is not what you're looking for. You don't want that response. If they say a more productive doctor, let's say they're an assistant position they're applying for, a more productive doctor, that'd be a good answer, right? At reception, a well-booked and busy doctor who is well paid for his services is a good answer for a receptionist. In other words, how good is this candidate's sense of exchange? Okay, there are people who just want to come and sit at the desk and do whatever comes their way, and they don't quite get everything done, and they don't think of any new ways that things could be done better, and they don't think of any new innovative ways that they could ask for referrals from patients or anything. They just put in time. Stay away. Number 4, ask questions that demand a thorough understanding of the details or technical aspects of the position. All right, and because, as I said, they can say anything they want to say in an interview. The smarter they are, the more they can fake it. So you would ask them what they would do in certain situations, let's say. If you had an angry patient, what would you do if there's a lot of people sitting in reception and the person's really upset about their bill or something? Let's pretend that's me, and I'm going to be an angry person. I am so upset with you. I can't understand why my bill was so much. This isn't what I was told. Now, handle me. What would you do? Now, they're under interview circumstances, so it might be a little difficult, but you want to actually see what they will do, because they will be flustered also when they have a patient being mad at them. So you want to see how well do they handle it. Really good well-trained staff will actually know pretty much what to do about it. Number 5, what do you consider would be the 5 most essential qualities the person who fills this position must possess? Let's see what they think, because if they've got experience, they might say, always be on top of the names of every patient so that when they come in, I know them. I need to always be sure I get through all the confirms every day for tomorrow, no matter what, that kind of thing. So those are things that you want to look for. Do they understand what it is that they should be doing? All right, so there's 5 seriously good questions for hiring purposes and making sure you do a good interview. We'll talk further. These came from our consultants that they get all our clients to do and are asking their interviews. So there are some tools for you. Stay tuned. We'll do some more stuff on hiring. Subscribe and send this to your friends. Bye.
To get your practice analyzed, contact the Art of Management at 416-466-6217.